Hello, I'm Normal Player Guy, and wow, do we have quite an interesting video. So, a new LR has dropped, truly trap, truly a bait for the 8th anniversary, but holy hell, does this appear to be quite a good one. This is nutty. So, we have Bulma from the DB Saga. This is brilliant. I truly think that every unit should be deserving of an LR. I like this animation. This is really, really cool. Just straight up just pops the Shenron. I mean, that is awesome. So I mean, it's unique. There's plenty of good ones, right? I mean, eventually, I'd imagine every single unit will have an LR. Doesn't matter if it's a Bulma; it's still well deserved. It's like a staple unit, right? So let's have a look. Dragon Ball Seekers or DB Saga. It's a 4-key 150%. That's fine. That's brilliant. Dragon Ball Seekers and DB Saga have quite a lot of overlap. We can check it out shortly. Having 4-key 150% is really, really nice. So Dragon Ball Seekers, yeah, I mean, look, there is quite a good amount of overlap for DB Saga. So it is DB Saga, we have another one, yeah. You won't be, while this has an easy A, this unit in particular, same name, so you can't actually use her. Path to Power Kid Goku, if you happen to have him. Let's see who else would be on. Again, same name, pretty solid, good healer. Yeah, these should be pretty solid. In fact, I'd imagine probably one of the best linking partners, stacking Easy A, sure. Who else do we have for Dragon Ball Seekers in the DB Saga range? Yeah, fine, Pasta, if you really must. There are some legitimate units, and in DB Saga, we have quite a up and coming unit now, quite up and coming category. So just how like the Namekian category has become quite potent. DB Saga is now getting the same love, and by extension, for a few of these, we're getting Earthlings as well. So yeah, so we have quite a lot of great units. Like Jackie June has come out just for global as well right now, and he is a Super Strike EZA, completely free to play, and he's also on the Earthlings as well. Going to be utter amazing EZA. It's endgame content. You gotta do the extreme Super Battle Road, but sure. I believe this isn't. This is the first of the category stages or something like that. But yeah, so there's a lot of usable units. So we're going to check into what she does. So people have been saying that she's quite kooky, quite nutty, and one of the best units in the game. I seriously, I love this animation just with Shenron popping in. But let's have a look. Activates the entrance animation. So okay, fine, that's brilliant, and that's regardless. So that's fine. You'll always see that. So 3-key and guards all attacks for the first 7 turns. So that's nice. That is, if you keep her on rotation, you'll see that 4 times. Outside of that, you get an additional 4-key 177% to stats. So you're going to be getting that, period, and then this. So start of turn, you're getting 7-key. Bear in mind, on top of which you're automatically going to be getting at least 6. So you're going to be automatically, I mean, what? You get 6, but so you're going to be, what, like 3 shy of an 18-key? It's ridiculous. And that's just with no links. So let's have a look. So 4-key, 177% defense. Okay, that's fine. So randomly changes any key sphere that's not STR to rainbow. So she's a rainbow warp changer off her own. Okay, so that's fine. It's useful. So she has plenty of key. Even supports herself with key 4 at the very base. You know, she's pretty much auto supering. Speaking of supers, so let's see, 12 key, which you'll automatically do at 30, because you'll have 13 key. So you greatly raise attack and defense and lowers attack. That's a 50% raise and a 20% debuff. And her 18 key does the same thing, except you have a 50% chance to crit. You know, I feel like we'll touch back into that because I feel like that's a bit disappointing, but we'll see. So damage received, you get 7% at the start of each turn up to 77%. Now, having 77% damage reduction on LR stats, we'll check out the defense shortly. That's pretty broken, but the problem is you've got to get up to that. There might be an argument to see that maybe she should have 77% at the start of the turn and then she loses 7% as it goes in, because it's not as if she's a stacking unit, right? Still pretty powerful. So let's see. She gets 17% per key sphere, and she's a Rainbow Orb Changer STR. Okay, so it's any key sphere, so that's pretty powerful. You get 77% attack with 3 or more key spheres, so she's going to hit like a truck. All allies 3 key, and 37% defense for 2 turns with 5 or more key spheres obtained. Okay, that's nice. And an additional super with 7 more key spheres. Okay, so she is pretty nutty because she's getting 7 key for the first 7 turns, which covers basically all of Super Battle Road, all of Extreme Super Battle Road, all of Infinite History, most Red Zone stages, um, obviously docking events. Honestly, actually, the only thing that that you could possibly wear this out is the legend fighting events, and you will wear that out. There are some infinite histories that will go on for quite a while as well. So yeah, as it turns for Super Battle Road, Extreme Super Battle Road, even for players who can attempt it, if you go beyond 7 turns, you're doing something wrong. So this will cover most, but it's superb that she can get 13 key. It's ridiculous. So let's see. I mean, it's more so if you have this, right? So you get like 15 key if you're just doing it that way. So yeah, and she launches an additional super attack with 7 or more key spheres. Now that would require a fair bit of work to get. That's not easy. This is already going to be difficult. This is nice because you're going to come over. You will probably get that 99 times out of 100, right? Unless you were using her just for a bit of defense, possibly. But again, this is not so bad. All of this because you get this. So she is an orb changer, sure, but it reminds me of the Tech 1718. So they are a tech orb changer and they get a ridiculous amount of stats per orb, right? I think they get up to the tune of double actually, but they are ridiculous. But you got to get them the orbs. Same sort of deal. She is a rainbow orb changer. It's not as if she gets more per STR, so that's fine. But I mean, if you get this, yeah, fine. So checking out with stats, if we come in at 55 at Rainbow, we're talking 17,000 defense, 16,000 attack. Not the highest attack for an LR, but that defense is utter ridiculous. Honestly, seriously, there's not many LRs that have this kind of defense. But coming in at 55%, 40, dude, some older LRs don't even have this. There are some new LRs that just don't quite cut up with this power. There certainly isn't much in the way of Dock Infest exclusives or even red coins that come out like this, right? No TURs really popping out with 14,000 even after an easy A. The attack's a little on the low side, but the HP is high. So you could probably hit a high 550, even 600,000 HP with something like this. And of course, like defense, that is a high amount of defense. And with one dupe, dude, we're talking. So what does it go? It jumps from 14.3 to 15.6. And attack jumps to 15. So it goes from 13 to 15. So you get a huge amount with two. So that's something. That's something. Yeah, okay. So let's have a look at the super attack effects and the active skill condition. So yeah, so she has so you're going to be getting 77% attack, more than likely, almost 9 times out of 10. And then you're going to be getting 50% on top of this. So I feel like this might be switched realistically because think about it, it's like the 6th anniversary unit. So we have a 50% chance to crit. But if you were to double super on an 18 key, that would be a 100% chance to crit, right? If it was like that, would you not be best having it as a 12 key or having it as both? That way you could have like a 250% chance to crit, whether they stack or not. That would be interesting. But yeah, no, without the least, greatly raised attacking defense on both of them, which is huge. So another thing potentially that could be a little bit awkward. Obviously, she's meant for the long game because she builds up damage reduction, so that's fine. She still has, I mean, you could say that she's covered all aspects because she still gives key and guards, so that's fine. And she still has a ridiculous amount, I mean, she still has ridiculous stats. That's fine. If you get her all, like a lot of orbs, it will compensate for this. That's got to build up because honestly, that's 10 turns. And as I say, there's some infinite history events, but basically it's the legend fighting events that actually allow you to stack. You could think of this as a stacking unit in many a sense. Every rotation, you just become more tanky, and that's brilliant. So this you get for 4 turns, right? So after 4 turns, if you keep them on rotation, you'll have 28% damage reduction. So okay, not too shabby. And then from the turn afterwards, you'll be over at 35. So having this even close to what? Close to like, well, 7 turns would be 14. So, okay, so 7 turns would be 49%. So you essentially have 50% damage reduction, but it's by turn 7, which is ridiculous because you need 10. So you mean you're already halfway there. So hit and miss. So I mean, no doubt that she's unstoppable when it comes to this. So yes. You see, there will be some people who will need a unit like this, perhaps maybe as a guest for one of these. I don't specifically know if there's missions related to these. I'll have to pause the video and pull it up to see what Fight and Legend event missions these are on. But yeah, that's it. So let's check out the active skill. So from the 7th turn, okay, so basically when guard runs out and you have a lot of this built up, right? So when that runs out, change all key spheres to STR. Okay, so basically she's a full heal. It's like physical transforming Vegeta. She's a full heal. All allies get 7 attack and defense 17% and applies the super excellent effect. Key 7. Wow. So basically, it ensures that it guarantees an auto super with the fact that you can come away with like, yeah, okay. So basically, you're guaranteed to auto super for all allies, and then everyone gets basically a 20% buff. That's pretty huge. This means that if you pop it, and then you'll get a huge heal. You get 25. There's 25 orbs on the board, right? 25 coming in. It's oh Jesus. So what 20? So you get 250 plus the 7. So you're going to be getting what was so that would be like 175. So you get like 300. So what you're going to be getting 450%, 450% after all this is fully built up. Something to that tune. That's ridiculous. And you'll get a full heal. So imagine your defense coming in with what 14,000. What is it? What is that? 55%. Sorry, going at 55%, 14, just shy of 14,500. You're going to be getting around 450% stacked on with all these orbs coming in. Because times this by 25, that is ridiculous. Yeah, no, she's good. So, hang on, let's have a look then at her links, at her categories, and who the best partners are. So coming in at Brainiac, Solid Support, Battlefield Diva, Incredible Avenger, Gantz of the Dragon Balls, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. Now, Legendary Power really helps this unit with attacks because some of these links, well, okay, let's see. So Brainiacs you can legitimately get on the likes of, I mean, I think like she might have some. Battlefield Diva is great for, you get a little bit of attack, Legendary Power, Fierce Battle. So you got some DB Saga, which gives you 3 keys, 7% defense, a little bit of attack. So pretty decent. So DB Saga, Earthlings, Youth, Peppy Gals, Dragon Ball Seekers, Earthbred Fighters, and Power of Wishes. So pretty solid all around. You would find DB Saga is now quite powerful. It's probably still in the top 10 worst categories, but it's for sure probably better than what it was. Earthlings again, probably still in the top 10 worst, but again, the introduction of this. I mean, there is an extreme sub battle road for this, and it's ridiculous. But now there are some easy A's. Youth, well, we'll have a look at Youth. Youth is pretty powerful at the moment. Peppy Gals, yeah, it needs more for sure. Dragon Ball Seekers, you could probably get a lot of overlap between like DB Saga, Youth, Earthlings, Earthbred Fighters, possibly, maybe not. I mean, you check these out, you ain't really rocking any of these and Power of Wishes. So, of course, yeah, no doubt that this unit free to play, but the Easy A is pretty solid actually. You trigger their passive and they're pretty decent. Of course, you can get the DB Saga links, you can get solid support, and you can get legendary power. Good on DB Saga, Youth, Earthbred, and Dragon Ball Seekers. You could use DB Saga, Dragon Ball Seekers for the monotype super, like use a super team. Well, not so much monotype then, but you can use a super type for the 11th stage. No, sorry, no, the whichever stage it is, the 20. So there's 10, 11. Yeah, so the 11th stage, which is versus extreme, you got to use a super type. You could rock a category of DB Saga, Youth, Dragon Ball Seekers, and that could be quite a good one. These would be great because you're getting you get 3 key, 7% stats, you're getting 20% attack, 15% attack, 15% attack, so you ain't going to be shy. And of course, she gets a lot of attack with three key, right? So with three orbs, so that's pretty decent. Mai's pretty solid, right? Again, Brainiac solid support. So again, Peppy Gals, as I said, Battlefield Diva. I mean, that's just three key. It's not as if this unit needs it, but again, she's just basically propping everyone else up. I mean, you can legitimately prop each other up. She has great chances to stun. So again, stuff on like Peppy Gals, Earthlings, Earthbred Fighters. Well, maybe not so much that, but for sure, Earthlings and Peppy Gals are quite a combination that can be. Let's see. Chi Chi, she gives support. She's Super STR. She gives support for these Peppy Gals, I believe. She's Battlefield Diva. She has the DB links, Earthlings, Peppy Gals. Again, she could be quite a good defensive support. Launch coming in. Battlefield Diva, DB links, lowers attack. They both lower attack. Actually, again, these three in particular could be really, really great. The thing about this unit, what makes her probably really stand out amongst the rest is because when you use her on DB Saga, Earthlings, Peppy Gals, Dragon Ball Seekers, she's an LR with fantastic stats, right? Coming at 14,000 defense, greatly raises. You know, she guards. She's an orb changer, right? She gives all allies key. She's getting this per key sphere, right? I mean, she's got damage reduction. She does a lot. She does an awful lot. But the only thing she doesn't do is apply the super excellent effect. In by some extent, she has it on her active skill, but not in here. So I mean, she has a lot. You ain't gonna struggle, and because of her presence on these teams, she's going to be insane. But with it, you are kind of limited to using it on DB Saga, Earthlings, Youth, Peppy Gals, right? So who else do we have as well? Okay, so he will have his the tech version's got his easy A, so that might just work out a little bit better. But he's still pretty solid, one of the best Master Roshis to date. Again, you're going to get legendary power, you're going to get Brainiacs, so it's something. Who else do we have? There is Piccolo in this. Who do you get Brainiacs? So Power of Wishes and Earthbred. So she, as I say, so this is why a lot of people could find this useful as a floater or fill in because she can guard, she has damage reduction, she has compatible links, and you could just throw her on Earthbred Fighters, right? You could just throw her on that. She's a floater, she's LR, she can look after herself. That could legitimately be a thing. So yeah, let's see. Do you know that tech Jackie Chun is not on here, but we do have the rest. It's kind of curious. Yes, she is also a free to play. She can also farm her up. These are both free to play options. In fact, this is the one that has an easy A coming up. So you could farm this. This is the level 100. So it's only just a UR. It's not a TUR. So you could use this to get her to SA10. That'll be really, really jazzy. So that'll be quite nice. So it's a free level 10 basically, and then you can just carry her up to the rest. So yes. In comparison, we have stuff like this Tech Bulma. She has an easy A. Doesn't look like she does decent amount, but it seems. Might be another video to look through. Let's see what she does. Peppy Gals, 77%. Tech type. She has a huge amount of starter turn defense. Rainbow Warp Changer, 18,000 HP per Rainbow Key Sphere and attack. And she has a 70% chance of 70% chance to reduce damage by 77%. So actually, that is huge. You have house odds of actually better than house odds of getting that. If that triggers, 77% damage reduction is with started with like 177%. It's actually not too bad. So she also 30% defense, 50% chance to stun. She is completely free to play, so it's completely plausible, completely doable to check her out. 8,600 defense. It's compensated by the fact that she has 177%. She raises defense, chance to stop. The fact that she can have this as well as this, I think that compensates for the fact that she's on 8,600, right? Same sort of deal, but the only problem with this unit in particular is shares the same name. This unit is fantastic, but this is free to play. Honestly, she doesn't seem too bad. She has a 50% chance to stun. She supers when key is 9, so that's fine. Completely free to play, and you can also use her to say to get to the SA10 of this unit. She's pretty decent. Yeah, she's pretty decent. You should be able to use her quite well. So coming in then, so let's have a look. So we have Dragon Ball Seekers. So yeah, the overlap of the category, you can still legitimately make some of this, right? There is some DB Saga units right here. We'll just go back to the first page. So yeah, so I mean, let's have a look. Yeah, you might be able to trigger a few links with these. You'll for sure get like legendary power in first battle, that's for sure. Yeah, plausible. You won't be able to use it with this unit because, as I say, same name, the Bulma Youth. In fact, if we check out the Bulma, she may legitimately have the best one called Bulma. So that's something. Uh, yeah, she may legitimately have the best Bulma card outside of these. This is Bulma and Kid Goku, but yeah, no doubt. So you're worth saying to say to yourself then, is she worth summoning? Well, the thing is, no. It's a yellow coin banner. The banner isn't particularly great. There are no discounts. The tickets cost to the tune of like 30 odd quid just to get 20 tickets. So there's no discounts. It's a complete trap and bait because the 8th anniversary is less than 2 months away. I'm going to pause the video and come back to see if I can find the banner. Right, this is the banner. It's real easy to find. So this is the banner. So yes, have fun. So this is not great. This is, I mean, what? Okay, so she's a great unit. She has a lot of versatility, restricted, but that's fine. But as unless your favorite unit is Bulma, and I can see some people thinking about that, then fine. Gili is solid, but not worth summoning on. They have an easy A. They're pretty decent. Dragon Ball Seekers lead, but unless you need them for GT Hero, not worth summoning on. These definitely aren't. This guy is ass. I mean, he can be good in the right situation, but no. She's a solid support for Peppy Gals, but not worth summoning on. And again, neither is she. She's solid again on Peppy Gals and Earthlings, but not as really worth summoning. None of these units are absolutely worth summoning on. This is utter ridiculous. You get no discounts. It is utter ridiculous. So again, so close to the anniversary. No, if you've been saving properly, you should probably have around 1,000 stones minimum. So that's like 20 summons going in. So into the 8th anniversary. But if you haven't been saving properly, you don't have 1,000 stones. Let's see. I mean, with it being a yellow coin banner, you do get the potential to pull all the other LRs. Some of them, so you get your Golden Freezer is on here, Zamasu is on here. Who else is on? Yeah, Kaioken Goku Grade 8 Vegeta's on here. Sure, right. These Cell, was it Goku Family Cell Saga? Sure. These Hybrid Saiyans, Connected Hope, Janemba. I mean, there's some top tier LRs on here, but these are all unfeatured unless you summoned and walked away with him or him or something like these guys. I mean, it's just not going to happen, right? So it's a straight up skip. It is yellow coins. You shouldn't realistically be summoning on yellow coins because there's plenty of chances to get these units. Now, again, if you have 500 yellow coins, or perhaps you're a summon or two away, then go for it. When you got your 500, it will Golden Freezer. I'd imagine is in the shop. Zamasu for sure is in the shop, right? The 7th anniversary units are also in the shop. So yeah, grab yourself a copy of Golden Freezer or Zamasu if you must. But yeah, but outside of this, this unit will return. They'll return on better banners. Honestly, this is trash. Seriously, the best unit on here. If it's not Chile, it is the new LR. But what are you going to say when you pull these two, right? What are you going to say when you pull from an infinite amount of these? Seriously? I mean, what's the best unit on here that's most recent? Piccolo. Seriously, Piccolo, right? Outside of an LR. There are some pretty. I mean, Yajirobe's great in the right hands. This guy's great in the right hands. I mean, these two are great in the right hands. But I mean, it's worth an absolute skip. But yeah, okay, that's it. It's a great unit. I love the animations. She does an awful lot. She's great. She is restricted to Dragon Ball Seekers, DB Saga, and by extension Youth, but she's useful in like long events. She's useful in short events just because she gives herself crazy amounts of ki. She can work well depending on the orbs. I mean, easy to get to SA10, right? You've got several options of free to play to get to SA10. Okay, all round, she's pretty good, but not worth summoning on. And that's pretty much about it. But overall, pretty solid. So thank you very much for watching. This went on a bit longer than I thought. But yes, if you liked it, you liked it. If you didn't, sucks to be you. But okay, thank you and bye bye.